Hypixel Youtuber gonna Hypixel Youtuber. How have we come to this? How are we at the point where YouTubers out the wazoo are starting to feel comfortable enough to attempt to cheat on the server without any apparent risk? It's anger-inducing because you have a big channel already. That rank gets you so many benefits, and you just trade it all in for a pair of underwear and a flat tire. I'll never understand it. There are so many precedents set in place, and you still do this. The YouTuber this time, their name's Chasm, and I initially wasn't going to cover this because it seemed too similar to other cases like this in the past, but the response from the community has been concerning, to say the least. Today's video isn't only going to focus on Chasm and the big mistake he made, but it's also going to focus on the community's overall reaction to this video, and why I believe it to ultimately be harmful. I'm not going to put a super crazy amount of editing into this, I just want to get my thoughts out there in a way you guys can listen to and understand. Some backstory first. Chasm's a YouTuber with a pretty sizable channel, 50,000 subs. His content mostly focuses on Bedwars with some skywars every once in a while, and that's really all the context you need. So Chasm dug himself into a hole recently, in a video he uploaded a few days ago called I Lost Hypixel YouTube Rank. Banned. He explains that he, shocker, lost his YouTube rank and got banned. The video is 24 minutes long, but he doesn't explain how he lost it until 20 minutes in, something several comments pointed out as well. The short story here, Chasm was trying to work on a video where he reaches a 100 game win streak in duels. He gets frustrated because he was facing a lot of cheaters, so out of frustration or retaliation, I don't know, he himself decided to go onto an alt account and download a cheat client and use it on the server. It doesn't end up boding well for him though, because about a minute afterwards he gets his alt plus his main account banned, with Plank showing he did indeed lose his YouTube rank. It's a fairly standard, non-complex, non-challenging case of Hypixel YouTuber gonna Hypixel YouTuber. But if you're a regular viewer of the channel or know me in any way, you'll already know that I have zero sympathy for cheaters, nor do I ever feel sorry for someone that gets caught with their hand in the cookie jar. And you guys should keep this in mind as well. If someone does cheat, but they do end up being better and actually redeem themselves, I'm always front of the line and rooting for them. With some extreme exceptions, redemption's always possible on this server, and there should be no reason not to give anyone a chance at doing so. To a lot of people, this here seems like just a quick mistake that should instantly be wiped out by the next day, but I want to at least provide my reasonings for why I don't think this cheat attempt should be viewed that way. First, regarding the video itself, there's a lot of elements in it that don't really convince me Chasm is genuine regarding his regret. I already mentioned how he only started talking about it 20 minutes into his 24-minute long video. What were the first 20 minutes about?
Many of you know that I work at a bank, but I'm not just a teller or an intern like you may assume. I was actually the janitor. No, I'm kidding. No, bank tellers and janitors have it easy compared to mine. You clock into your shift, get yelled at by customers for a few hours, take your lunch break, get yelled at your boss, and then clock out, and you're good.
Absolutely nothing. He just waffles on and on and on. I was thinking to myself, this guy's gonna get good watch time on this when skimming through it. Fortunately, I did see some comments with a timestamp regarding when he actually talks about it, so I appreciate it. Alongside that, I don't know if it's just how he is with his videos normally, but his carefree, disengaging tone as he talks in this video also doesn't convince me.
Well, as soon as I joined my first duel, I started looking through the different cheats that I could enable. There were a few things that I had never heard of, like I remember something called timer. I thought if I pressed it, it was gonna like start a countdown until my PC explodes or something. Or maybe that Burger King down the street.
This really shouldn't be how you address your cheating ban as a bigger YouTuber.
I have no idea how to actually use hacks.
I guess it worked though, as most people seem to be more on his side, but I'll get to that aspect soon. I've always believed the best way to respond to something like this is keeping it simple, say what happened, be blunt, show genuine remorse, show you do care about it and wish to be better, and scene. I'd still feel the same way regarding sympathy, but at least then I'd know there's a chance you would actually improve. Let's say that in another universe, Chasm doesn't get caught, nor get banned, nor loses rank. He gets his clips and he uploads this video. How would Chasm feel knowing this video he made is ultimately tarnished due to what he did to get it done? I would hope not very good. Also, you don't think someone who got cheated on would eventually find out it actually was him on the alt account? They would definitely make a ton of noise, and he'd be caught anyways, just later this time, which I think would leave him in an even worse position. This apology came forward because he got caught so fast, not because I believe he truly felt bad regarding it. If he hadn't been caught, I firmly believe he would have kept on cheating every so often. Finally, because Chasm has now showed he was okay with using cheats for a video, every video before of his can now be called into question as well regarding whether it's legit or not. A Mr. Beast quote I tend to go back to sometimes regarding videos being faked is, once you faked one video, the question is no longer whether you faked one or not, now it's how many many has he faked before? And that's exactly what's happened here now, but some impeccable timing regarding that one. As part of Chasm's explanation, he mentioned about how difficult it was to make the video because of cheaters in the games, which honestly is no excuse. As a fellow content creator on Hypixel, I also struggle with my footage at times. I've talked about this very thing before. I also face many cheaters. I get frustrated, and sometimes I even get outright angry. You know what I never resort to though? Using cheats and compromising my image. If a specific video is not working out, just move on and work on another one. You don't have to be stuck on one video at a time. I got many that I'm working on at once. If you were to just log on another day, you probably wouldn't have had that many cheaters. It's just more aggravating, especially when someone says they're not going to come up with excuses, only to then come up with a bunch of excuses.
I have no idea how to actually use hacks.
So I commented on his video with essentially what I've said here, and we went back and forth a little bit. Some words said include, cheating is not as big of a deal as you are making it out to be. There are many other YouTubers who have recently uploaded videos to support this, I guess trying to use a fight fire with fire rhetoric to excuse why it's okay for him to do as well. Plus trying to say that cheating for different reasons means there's lesser or harsher forms of using a client on the server. And regarding him not seeming like he cares, I mean, don't take my word for it.
My goal was pretty much just to fool around and test the cheats on my alt for a bit, and if I got banned, I got banned. I didn't really care. It wouldn't matter too much to me considering I have other alts to use, so getting banned was pretty much the least of my worries at that point.
He outright says it right here. So that's my take on Chasm's case as a whole. Now the more interesting side of this whole thing has been the comments regarding it. In a surprising turn of events, at least to me, a lot of comments on this video have been extremely supportive of Chasm, whether it's saying they understand why he did it or going as far as saying he deserves to be unbanned and keep his YouTuber rank. It's a bizarre case of utter hypocrisy. All the time I see people in this community whine about how YouTubers are always treated far better compared to others when it comes to punishments. It's always, why do they get off the hook but not us? How come they didn't get wiped but I did? But is that just not the case anymore? People seem to be head over heels regarding this ban, despite it being as legit a ban as you can get. Also, in another turn of events that's to be expected now, as I finished this video here, another YouTuber lost their rank the day after. Come on now. A guy by the name of Kaisek has lost his rank, and he's going the watchdog false banned me route with his story. Even though he said in his pinned comment he had a VPN on and even admits it's bannable. Plus he says in the comments that he was account sharing as well. Another rule. So a pretty blatant lie in the title, but whatever. Just so you guys know, this ban is not false, because in the rules it makes it pretty clear. Unfair? That's debatable, but not false. The comments on this video again are supportive, but the other way around this time. Now the consensus is, oh, they never ban actual cheaters. From what I see, the consensus only seems to be what's the most enabling towards the specific creator, which makes sense. They're fans of the person. They don't want to see the guy they watch in trouble, but viewers really need to start holding people accountable. With the amount of comments I've been seeing trying to both defend a real ban and pretend real bans don't happen, it's making me feel crazy. It's making me concerned. This video isn't me attempting to teach those who believe otherwise regarding rules, because at this point I'm pretty confident they already know that, but they hate the server more, so this is just the route they're taking. They see known people get banned, they use it as an excuse to actually attack the server. We did have a doxing incident not that long ago that came about for similar reasons. A loser trying to take a legitimate ban and undermine it. And while I think the chance is pretty low, I can't count out the possibility that some deranged maniac out there is going to try to take things up a notch, and I hope that never happens. Anyways guys, what are your thoughts on this YouTuber fiasco that's happened recently? I'd love to hear them in the comments below. And with that, I'll see you guys next time.